Hi guys, thank you very much for joining me. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much. This is a little headpiece that I made just recently. I hope you like it. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, so let's talk about the moon. Okay, um, the best is on its way. Okay, the most obvious ways are open. The most glorious roads are on the mind, at least, if not already being traveled. The greatest gift is in your hands, or is about to be. There is a unicorn feeling here. So what I mean unicorn feeling, it's like, whoa, surprises, like once in a million type of feeling. These have already been coming. Like, whoa, that's once in a million type of human, or that's once in a million type of job, or this is it. This is the works. This is what it's about. This is where it's at. This is how it's done. There's no worries now. I hope that you can tell yourself perhaps off a little bit for never noticing how beautiful you were before, and for not perhaps needing other people to see you in your full fledged light. So one of the most beautiful and purposeful things about this particular alignment here is that we don't need to worry. We never did. We never had to. Perhaps do things the long way around, and we don't have to now start. But by seeing the easiest way forward, we sometimes shrivel back and we go, oh, this is not what I want, or this is too much attention, or this is too big, or this is not enough, or we're not ready yet. Within each possibility, there's a bigger door and a bigger door. At least employment. If you got employed, maybe there's a bigger door and a bigger door behind it, and there's a scale or a level you can travel. Without a doubt, there is a bigness here for the world to see, and also it feels to me that there is a believability of something rather precious to us all, and that is our true heart playing a true part in what we are about to discover, create, or fathom and bring into life. So this means to me that we are being asked for our true flavor to come through, our exact feelings to be voiced, our total self to be seen, and our greatest gifts to be displayed. And also, on some level, our future is not going to be the same out of moons like this one. If we are able to just be there and be like really here in the heart and really open up wide, we can really create and commit to so much more than before. But the thing here is that most of us people perhaps don't feel like we belong. We don't belong. I don't know. You know, it's like, I'm not sure. Perhaps what I do is worthless. Like perhaps what I've done so far has not been seen. Maybe what I've tried to dream up so far has not been the best. You see, like maybe I'm not quite there yet. All of these things, back talking to yourself or other people, trying to knock yourself down. I believe this is not as much now about knocking other people down during this month for us. It's more like bringing your own self down to size. Trying to sever your own light. Trying to bring yourself down to a minimum, and walking away. Okay, walking away from that person. Walking away from that amazing endeavor. Walking out the door, or walking through many tiny little doors instead of just that one stupidly big door that's just obvious now. Okay, and either one of these distractions or like simple little things that you might want to cover your world with isn't worth it. If it's not obvious and open, perhaps it's not for you, or it's not sure. And honestly, some of the time, it is not right also to judge yourself for hoping that it wouldn't be on this level just yet. So this is where you get the big stage and the big mic, or you know, you get the big camera, you get the big push into the right direction, onto the very strong, very real energy here. And don't judge it, you know, if you're scared or if you are not perhaps quite used to it all. You know, this is where, like, you know, the young star is born, truly. You know, this is where, you know, the kid gets the microphone finally, or like the parents are super proud, but the kid is like feeling traumatized from being on such a big stage, or like we're all kind of cheering on and on and on for those of us that are actually moving up and outward, perhaps in some very radical ways already, thanks to this Uranus. But we are not all kind of like there yet in the heart to understand also the vulnerable aspects of joy, or the deeply touching aspects of talent, or of also ridicule of self. And I think now we can see perhaps this is not coming from a group, this is not coming from a gang, this is not where you are bullied for who you are or who you were anymore. Perhaps now it's more us, you know, we ourselves bully ourselves out of our previous dreams and previous wants because we don't quite yet trust them at all. And here's where the parent doesn't trust the child, or the child doesn't trust the parent, simply because there's too much inner scrutiny and also pain from having to belong, or even having to endure attention that comes at a price sometimes. And that price is perhaps vulnerability. And here we see the full quantum Leo, which is vulnerable, but also grand, and how vulnerability and grandness come hand in hand. And there's the Achilles heel feeling here, as well as some of the greatest thoughts, you know, some of the greatest doings, you know, some of the greatest beings or states of being sometimes are the most vulnerable state. And that's where we see the godly universe come in and through us all. Okay, when we are at the most enticing point of expansion, with which come tears of joy, or tears of sadness, or just tears of love, or tears of emotionality of any sort. So here we have this very, very interesting point where the spear goes through the heart. You know, it's like we wanted ourselves so much to give that big feeling to an audience or to another. We wish so much to really grace ourselves with this elegant blueprint. We wish so much to heave ourselves over the edge. But as we face our destinies, perhaps for some people, and perhaps as we face lesser destinies for others, there is a very, very strong remorse as well that comes in with this particular Jupiter especially, and also this Chiron, this remorse of taking that ginormous step, which is also for the people and also for the powers that be, or also for like some grander or even gentler but like larger conclusion that is beyond your own. So this is not like where we're little dogs, you know, like barking at each other. We're not like wagging our tail for attention anymore, like we perhaps did. You know, maybe this is not about humor of being in a family. This is more like knowing that I'm part of the larger picture, and with me is not just me, but there is like a greater, grander design which is beyond us all. And some of you guys perhaps will here create a brand, you know, create some kind of essence, or distill some kind of, you know, pact through which you can really belong. So here we have entrepreneurs. I mean, here we have true vital knowledge coming through some people, so young as well, and we have so many potentialities open up and truly show us what they mean to be. And within a t-shirt design is much more than a t-shirt design. You know, like within a song is much more than just a song, it's just sound. You know, it's global, multifaceted, universal, multi-dimensional, fractaled meanings. You know, this just ginormous kaleidoscope of essence coming through each one thing that can come out now. But by spending time on the wrong things, you are not offering these things to shine. So for example, you've wanted in the last year or so create a project, and you have been sort of scheming it and drawing it on pieces of paper, and you kind of been putting them into the table. You don't want anybody to see them. That's wrong. Here's where the uncharted territory is yours to chart, and we have unbelievable freshness coming through all of us in terms of what we do and perhaps do not want to see. So there is another side of this as well. I don't want that anymore. I can't have that anymore. You know, it's like I can't spend my time like this, or can't spend my time like that. And sometimes these come hand in hand. This is a really scary one that it's like that. Like, say, if you really, for example, enjoy the sound of your music, but you don't like the scene that this music is part of, or you don't want to be part of that scene, that's very damaging. Like, say, if you love ballet, you love dance, but you don't want to be part of the dancing company that's open to you right now, or you are feeling animosity with these people, you don't any longer belong, or you fear that you don't any longer belong, that's really difficult. So sometimes it's like salty and sweet, bittersweet things. You know, it's kind of like something is very negative and something's very positive at the same time. And some of the most intense ideas will be very aligned. So what I mean is like a person completely committed to their art, completely committed to their life, completely committed to their body, just completely committed to anything. That has to be seen here. You know, complete commitment. And that means that, like, when a person just completely gels all their little projects together, they put everything together, not aside, you know, maybe they have to get rid of certain things, but they're really like jam, like they really gel themselves together like a spear. Let's walk into that one direction, or they follow that one dream, or that worth, or that purpose, or they're walking towards that one theory, and they would love to just open that theory and live into it life, or like breathe it out for themselves, or expand it, or conquer it, or be it, or become it. And this is where the true genius is born for some people. Okay, this is when you don't even care what time of day it is anymore. This is where you don't care who's listening. This is where you don't care anymore, perhaps because it's been stronger than ever, you know, in the last month or last year. Or you just don't even care whether or not it is popular or not. This is where you don't care whether or not it gets attention from the media. This is where you don't care whether or not it gets you money or not, or if your friends are going to like what you make, or where your parents support you or fund you for your decision, or where maybe nobody cares. And this is where you are wrong also, because on a deep set level, everything is praying it in, which is how come it's possible. For you as a spear, you know, carrier, if you are one of those people, if you're one of those perhaps unfortunate yet extremely lucky people that can really put it all together like this and can really zing through, for these people all the doors are open, and sometimes beyond your greatest belief, because it's not yours, it's everyone's, and it's coming through you. So you're like one of the spores is birthing this new dimension. And creativity, wow, creative juices, creative flow, like creative luck, emotionality. And now this is not about even the funding or the boss, the manager. This is not even about the world. It's not even about the earth. This is beyond it all. This is where you just grow yourself into this freak, if you like, if you want to. And I believe that there are going to be some people that would. But if you are in no way directed right now, and you're just enjoying those beautiful friends, and you love that amazing cup of tea once in a while, and you're just sitting there by the window, there are lots of ideas that are as common as, you know, as garbage in New York City. What I mean is, in a very good way, in a beautiful way. There's all this stuff flying around, opportunities. If you are not driven by anything or anybody, if you don't think about anything, if you don't even care about your demographic, if you're not really associated at any point in time with anything of meaning, or anything of group, or anything of culture. I mean, Moon is going through the most beautiful sign of Aquarius here. Like, truly, you can really like live life and to any masterpiece here. You can really like connect the dots for many, many, many more to come. I mean, seriously, we're like paving the way for the next generation on some level, and saying some things and making thoughts visible through matter. I mean, truly, this is a miraculous time. And if you are not driven by anything or anybody, you don't care, or you don't have any mind about what you are and how you fit into anything, sit by the window, watch the street, look at your friends, have dinner, look out for sparkles. You know, I'm not saying this is for everyone. Some people is just hearing, you know, listening for those words, trying to kind of like not tie yourself entirely to anything, but we're in fixed science here, so make yourself jam or gel with anything that you know that you are into. You know, this is more like, say for example, you just love matcha, you know, and you don't really know what to do. Like, you've worked at a cafe before, your dad owned a restaurant, you just love matcha, 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 matcha. Talk to your friends about matcha. Maybe there is a way to gel and create also a sort of a spear, and perhaps a way to answer other people's needs, or there's a way to help other people in a way that is most organic and chronolinear for you. You don't have to hear like rip your hair out of your head trying to think of a concept. I mean, this is one of the most incredible, fertile, beautiful, lucky, vibrant, brilliant, succulent, just juicy times. Like, wow, like really, for exploration, for sensuality, for love itself, you know, for grace, for spirit, for protection of the perfect, for creativity, for understanding the fragility and the beauty of this world. This is one of the greatest, most useful as well frequencies to put your dreams into a real state of bliss and perfection, to make it real, to make it look good, you know, to make it feel well, to make it shine, to polish, to perfect. You see, like, this is one of the most mending times also for families, to see the wholehearted beauty and the gorgeousness of every member in the family and of the truth of the family line. This is one of the best ways to shine for some people, or perhaps also to see the gorgeousness of their culture, heritage. Maybe this is one of the greatest times to shine in a certain scene, or to represent a certain part of the public, to voice yourself, to heal yourself through what you say and what you're doing and how you come across, but not to argue or ask too much of another. It's like, here we are like spinning vortexes, each one creating its own thing. It's like you're creating, and as you create, basically you are generating the presence, and perhaps in the location that you need to be by now, or in the energy field that you need to be in by now, in order to attune others automatically. And this is where you trust your essence, and you trust your voice and your power and your source energy to carry you along without blushing, without, you know, being all like, oh, I'm not sure. Like, this is where you need to be sure. So it's like you're spinning your energy, you know, however you spin it. If you love shopping, you love to go cloth hunting, Jupiter's gone direct, sure, that's you. That's your choice. You know, if you want to be like the moon, the mother, and you want to give all this wisdom, and you finally want to shine as an oracle or representative of truth, that's beautiful. Don't count on anybody else to listen. Don't tell them off for not listening. This is it. This is you. Like, if you want to maybe piece together some kind of a situation and you want to invite people over, that's even better. If you want to make a drumming circle or a dance ceremony, anything joyful, and that's in your nature, sure. If you want to represent a political party, sure. If you want to just, you know, write a pact, or, you know, write some things down and just publish them online, or like for an organization, that's okay as well. It just, as long as you are willing and able to see that in the future. Uranus retrograde, you got Aquarius moon, okay, in the future, will that still entice you? In the future, would you still be happy that you did it? Would you still love you for it? Would you still love you as this vortex of creativity, or maybe even polarity? Like, were you splashing your energy? Were you splashing your dance? Like Shiva Shakti a little bit, yeah? So like as you are enjoying this creation, as you are making these waves, you know, as you are doing whatever you're doing, saying whatever you're saying, as you're taking part in a bigger picture of the world, and we all are, on any level, this is all like quite big stuff. How do you feel with you being that person, you being that character? Are you proud of yourself yet? Are you okay with yourself yet? Can you feel good as you? Do you feel good as you? And are you enticed to give it more? Even more, you know? If you designed a dress for the first time, would you like to make another dress? Is it time to make space for that? How would you like to make joy and fun, art and co-creation a part of your life, not just as a fleeting experience, but maybe a huge part of your heart? Why not? Why would you want to do anything else? Why would you want to do anything else? And this is where this is about self-belief, yeah? This is not about culture, money, or constructs of society. This is just asking, why would I want to do anything else? This is gorgeous. Why would I want to do anything else? You see? And then it's done. So thank you very much. Enjoy. If you like, have a look on the Patreon. I have all signs for this transit. I got 12 little videos, especially for you and your sign. But also I have some new videos for August transit, so have a look, and I hope that they are interesting to you. Thanks and enjoy. Bye bye.